Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to talk about today is inflation. And did you know that the president of the European Central Bank claims that inflation is due to climate change? Yeah, in a statement that could have been plucked straight from a comedy sketch on SNL, no joke, Christine Lagarde, who is the president of the European Central Bank, or ECB, made the audacious claim that climate change is to blame for inflation. Now, take a listen.
Climate change affects inflation, and inflation is the beast that all central bankers, whether they wear a green jacket or not, want to tame and discipline. Number two, because it affects our balance sheet. Whether it's a 3 trillion or a 7 trillion balance sheet, it is affected by climate change.
So on June 22nd and 23rd of this year, France hosted an international summit for a new global financing pact, which was attended by world leaders, including Christine Lagarde. And on one of the agenda is to build a new contract between the countries of the North and the South to address climate change and the global crisis. And Lagarde, with a straight face, she declared that climate change affects inflation. Right, no. And inflation is the beast that all central bankers, whether they wear a green jacket or not, want to tame and discipline. And number two, because it affects our balance sheets, whether it's 3 trillion or $7 trillion balance sheets, it is affected by climate change. No, 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 no. Shh, quiet. It seems that the only constant is change, whether it's climate or central bankers' reasoning. Remember, the next time the cost of your grocery bill goes up, don't blame it on economic factors. No, 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 no. Shh, quiet. It's just the weather. Because listen to what our president had to say. Okay?
Today, we received news that our economy had 0% inflation in the month of July. 0%. Here's what that means. While the price of some things went up last month, the price of other things went down by the same amount. The result, 0 inflation last month. But people were still hurting, but 0 inflation last month.
Did your president just say we had 0 inflation in July? Joe Biden got on national television and said we had 0 inflation in the month of July. We're still in fucking June.
Because you and I both know that there are common causes of inflation, okay? If we have to go back to school in math and history, okay, what are the common causes of inflation? Okay, because inflation plays an important role in the economy, affecting everyone's finances. So you can understand it better. There is an in-depth look at 5 premier causes of this economic phenomena. Okay, it's the growing economy, expansion of the money supply, government regulation, managing the national debt, exchange rate changes, okay? And there's consequences to inflation. I mean, at its worst, inflation can seriously lower the value of the money that we have invested and saved for retirement. It can also set off a vicious cycle that sparks a recession. Hello, look at what we're going through. With an overall decline of purchasing power, consumers drastically cut back on their spending, even on necessities. I mean, we've seen it. We're dealing with it. I know people right now that are deciding on if they should eat or pay their electric bill. I mean, the bottom line, inflation is associated with rising prices across the board. A variety of factors can cause inflation, including government action Sometimes even it's the government's attempt to control inflation that makes it worse. But a little inflation, you know, it's proof of an expanding economy. I will say that. But you can't blame it on the weather. It does not work that way. I'm sorry. Wow, that woman. I think maybe she had too much to drink. All right. I'll see you in the next one, okay? You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less. Ciao.